Even though the alarm blared early in the morning, Kang Gyeonoh didn't want to get up. The sky had been gloomy for days. Rain fell constantly without a single glimpse of sunlight. After the stress of midterm exams and nights without sleep, all he wanted to do was lie in bed forever. Just as he was drifting back to sleep, a small hand tugged at his blanket. It was his niece, pulling him up and telling him to wake up. Now fully awake, he sighed. He had no choice. He had to go to school. But there was one reason he didn't hate the idea completely. He would get to see her. Somewhere else, a girl stood in front of a mirror, carefully applying makeup. When Kang Gyeonoh arrived at school, the first thing he saw was a teacher holding a girl by the arm in the hallway. He greeted the teacher, but she cut him off, saying there was no need for greetings. He already knew he was in trouble. She called him forward and scolded him for always coming late. Gyeonoh tried his usual excuse. He had to take care of his niece, but the teacher had heard it too many times. She said the same thing about the girl beside her. She always came late because of her makeup. Then the teacher left, urging both of them to do better. The girl's name was Baek Chanbi. They stood side by side in silence for a while. They always showed up at this same time, and Gyeonoh had started to notice something. Chanbi liked him. She was clumsy, shy, and stuttered when she talked, but he could tell she liked being around him. Still, he wasn't sure of her feelings. Not knowing for sure made him uncomfortable. As she walked ahead to class, he called out to her, asking if she couldn't show a bit of emotion. Her answer was cold and careless. It wasn't like her at all. This year, she had changed. Her attitude toward him was different. He couldn't help but wonder, why did she even start liking me in the first place? Did I do anything to impress her? In class, her friend tried to wipe off some of the makeup on her face. Embarrassed, Chanbi ran to the restroom to wash it off herself. Watching her, Gyeonoh realized something. Even if school feels terrible, even if he's tired and frustrated, the feeling of being liked by a pretty girl like her makes it all worth it. Later that day, Gyeonoh sat alone in an empty classroom, practicing for a presentation. He mumbled his speech, complaining about how hard it was to memorize everything without looking at the papers. He suddenly felt like someone was watching him. Turning around, he saw Chanbi trying to hide. She had already been caught, so she slowly walked in and asked what he was doing. He explained he was preparing for a class presentation happening the next day. She asked if she could stay with him because she couldn't focus in her class. There was no teacher around. He agreed. Then she offered to help him study, and he happily accepted. She gave him some tips and sat right in front of him. He felt a little awkward but tried to focus. After some time, she suggested they go to the convenience store after studying. This, he thought, is what youth feels like. But life is never that simple. During the last day of midterm exams, Gyeonoh was happy. He was confident in his answers and looked forward to relaxing afterward. As he packed up, Chanbi suddenly appeared beside him and asked how the test went. He was surprised. She had crept up quietly, but told her it went well. She nodded, saying hers did too. Then, unexpectedly, she asked if they could hang out after school the next day. She said she had something important to tell him. Gyeonoh hesitated. He tried to dodge the request by asking about her part-time job. She replied that she was working today but would have time tomorrow. She wanted to return the favor for helping her study. He fell silent. Deep down, he knew that if he said yes, things between them might change. Maybe for better, maybe for worse. Their relationship was fine the way it was. So he quickly lied, saying he had a family dinner the next day. She smiled and said it was fine. They could meet another time. After school, his friend asked him if he and Chanbi were now close, since he saw them talking. Gyeonoh didn't answer. He wasn't happy about turning her down. His friend assumed he was just nervous about the exams. Outside, Chanbi stood without an umbrella. She asked her friend if she could share hers. The friend asked why she forgot hers. Chanbi replied, "I was too embarrassed." At home, Gyeonoh was on the phone with his sister. She was worried about him managing the house without their parents, but he assured her he'd be fine. After the call, he sat quietly, feeling guilty. He had lied to Chanbi without even thinking about how she felt. After she gathered all that courage to ask him out, he turned her down. He decided that he'd fix it the next day. He would tell her there was no family dinner and that he wanted it to be just the two of them. But the next day, she wasn't in her usual spot. He sat waiting until he fell asleep. Later, Chanbi's friend woke him up to copy math homework and told him that Chanbi wasn't in school. He asked why. The friend explained that Chanbi had injured herself while working and couldn't come due to the pain. Gyeonoh looked worried, asking if she was alone. Her friend assured him she was fine when they talked earlier. Then days passed, 2 full weeks, no Chanbi. Eventually, he heard the shocking news. Chanbi had been in a coma and had lost all her memories from the past year. She had hit her head. All the time they spent together, all the feelings they shared, gone. He was heartbroken. He found himself having to introduce himself to her again. But this new Chanbi wasn't the girl who liked him. She didn't remember him at all. There was nothing left to fix. He had enjoyed what they had, but now there was no chance for someone like him. Someone who ran away and only came back too late. The Chanbi who liked him was gone, and the boy who still liked her was left behind, not knowing what to do. She looks at him, her face unreadable. Just like that, all the warmth she once had for him is gone. She had liked him sometime between March last year and now, and even though he never figured out what exactly made her fall for him, he had enjoyed that quiet bond they shared. But now, that memory is completely erased from her mind. She turns and asks if they were close, but her friend quickly answers for her, saying they weren't. She scrolls through Chanbi's phone and says there's no message, no photo, no sign that the two of them had anything between them. He stands there, silently crushed. No one around them ever knew what they were to each other. They had been careful, making sure their closeness wasn't noticed, and now he regrets that. He wishes they had left something behind, something more than just his memory. Another classmate joins in and asks what really happened. Chanbi explains that her most recent memory was of the freshman interview and midterm tests, and everything from May last year has disappeared. Someone asks how she plans to rebuild all her past friendships. Her friend says she's going to help reintroduce everyone again. Just before she begins, one of the boys says there's no need since they all went to the same middle school, and Chanbi nods. She remembers them. Still, her friend continues with the introductions. When it gets to the male lead, he asks if she remembers that he transferred last year. She says yes. That's all. Her friend finishes the introduction and says she did a good job. He watches Chanbi. She looks lively and cheerful. That comforts him a little. At least she's not drowning in sadness. Someone remembers they forgot one more boy, but it's quickly dismissed. The guy's a known troublemaker. He turns to her and asks if maybe there's someone she forgot, someone who meant something to her. She thinks about it and says no. If such a person existed, there'd be some sign. Something would have been left behind. But there's nothing. He plays volleyball later that day, but his thoughts are tangled. If he hadn't avoided her, maybe things would have been different. Now he's the only one who knows what happened between them. If she doesn't feel anything now, then maybe he's just holding on to something that only ever mattered to him. He tells himself if someone came up now and said she liked him, he wouldn't believe it. That thought breaks his focus. The ball hits him square in the face. His opponent runs up and asks if he's all right, saying the same thing happened to Chanbi earlier. His nose starts bleeding. Across the court, she's bleeding too. They're both sent to the nurse. At the nurse's bay, they explain what happened. The nurse tells them to wait a bit, so they sit together in silence. He watches her. Her face is calm, unaffected. She doesn't blush around him anymore. She sits barefaced, unbothered. He can't deny it. She doesn't remember anything. He lowers his head, completely lost. Then she turns and asks if they had a fight. She wonders why he's been avoiding her. He tells her no, they've never had any issues. She smiles, relieved. Before he can say more, the nurse calls them in. She stands up and walks away. He stays behind for a while, thinking. He knows one thing now. He's not a complete stranger to her. She still feels something, so he can't sit back anymore. He has to do something. Just then, someone sneaks up and calls his name. It's his friend, Ju Sangyu. Sangyu says he saw the two of them heading to the nurse and was surprised. He adds that he tried to contact Chanbi while she was away, but couldn't reach her. The male lead explains that her phone got lost and she had to buy a new one. Then he mentions that she lost her memory. Sang-yu is shocked. He didn't know. He thought she was just hurt. That surprises the male lead. He thought if anyone knew, it would be Sang-yu. But Sang-yu starts acting strange, and suddenly, he says something unexpected. He tells the male lead that he confessed to Chanbi. The male lead stares at him, stunned. Sang-yu continues. He says Chanbi accepted his confession. They were dating. The words hit like a punch. The girl he thought liked him was with his friend all along. He says she told him she liked him too, and that they just preferred to keep things private. So it makes sense that no one noticed. The male lead feels dizzy. He knows his friend isn't the type to lie. It's possible they really had something before, and he starts to question everything. Was he just a passing phase to her? He stops himself. He doesn't want to assume anything without being sure. He wants to believe in the Chanbi he used to know, but doubt is creeping in. He tells Sang-yu he hopes to help things return to normal, even if her memories are gone. He says he'll reach out to her again since it's been a while. The male lead watches him with mixed thoughts, wondering what he himself should do. Later outside the cafeteria, the male lead and his friends are eating and talking about how good the food tastes. Suddenly, they spot Sang-yu talking to Ji-hae Rim. It looks serious. Meanwhile, Chanbi is alone, waiting for her friend. He wonders why it's taking so long. The boys go to meet her and joke about the double nosebleed. She admits that being without her friend makes her nervous. One of the boys teases her more, asking what she's eating. She offers the snack. They decline and gesture toward the male lead. She asks if he likes a particular type. It's awkward at first, but he walks over and takes it. He's shocked. She still remembers his favorite color. Just then, Ji-hae calls her and points to a guy nearby. He walks over, starts a friendly conversation, says he couldn't reach her before because her number didn't go through. She remembers him. They were in the same class last year. She doesn't recall everything but gives him her new number anyway. He says they used to hang out. She says she doesn't remember, but asks him to tell her about it. He agrees but says they'll take things slow. Her friends watch and ask what just happened. She says it was nothing serious, just friendly talk. One of the guys says Sang-yu isn't usually like that. Something might be going on. Chanbi asks Rim what the story is. Rim says she's caught the two of them together after school before, but they always say it's nothing. The male lead listens in silence. If they were already that close, then maybe what he had with her didn't matter much. The others say they support the relationship, but Chanbi doesn't react. In class, her classmates are trying to help her recall memories using photos. Someone suggests not overwhelming her. Sang-yu approaches and says they can meet later so he can explain things. He's even written it all down. She says she prefers to hear it from him directly. Her friends say there's nothing more to do here, so they let her go. They start guessing what kind of relationship she and Sang-yu have. Someone says they started getting close last year. Maybe they're dating now. The male lead sits there quietly. So that's how it began. Sang-yu and Chanbi seeing each other more often. The next morning, the male lead is walking to school. He looks dull. School feels different now, not like before. He isn't even sure who she really liked. He feels it would be wrong to interfere based on assumptions. He walks slowly, planning to just observe again from a distance. As he reaches the end of the road, she runs up behind him. He's surprised. She asks why he's alone and starts shaking, saying her head is spinning. He helps her to a corner. She throws up. He squats next to her, thoughts racing. He tells her she needs a hospital. She weakly hands him her phone, asking him to call her brother. He dials the number and gives her location. Then he checks on her. She's very weak. He's scared. He realizes how hard it is being sick alone and wonders if she's been silently suffering. He doesn't know what to do. He considers carrying her. Her phone rings. It's Sang-yu. He doesn't answer. Just then, Sang-yu walks by and rushes over when he sees them. He asks what's going on. The male lead explains everything and says her brother is on the way. Sang-yu says he'll take her home since he knows the address. The male lead wants to come too, but Sang-yu says there's no need. He reminds him that he's the only person who knows about their relationship. Then he picks her up and walks away, telling the male lead to let him handle it. He tells the male lead to head to school first so he won't be late. The male lead stands still. This could have been the perfect moment to help her. But now, he's just watching Sang-yu walk away with her. He quietly stops him to hand over her phone. He lets them go because she's sick, and he doesn't want to start an argument. As he walks alone, he wonders how Sang-yu even saw them. They were tucked into a corner. His head is filled with questions he can't answer. Maybe he should have stepped in or taken her earlier when he had the chance. He isn't happy. At Chanbi's house, Sang-yu helps her sit outside and waits for her brother. He asks if she remembers him. She does, but she isn't comfortable with him skipping school for her. She feels like a burden. He assures her that she's not. He tells her not to feel sorry for forgetting things. He reminds her that before she lost her memory, he was the one who liked her first. In school, Dong-ok tells Rim that he saw the male lead walking with Chanbi. The male lead is called to explain. He confirms it. He wouldn't have said anything if Dong-ok didn't mention it. Rim says Sang-yu is always all over Chanbi and she doesn't like it. Dong-ok asks when Chanbi will get better. It's clear the male lead is worried but avoids the question and walks back to his seat. Dong-ok tries to call Rim aside to talk, but she refuses, so he walks over to her. After a while, Rim goes to the male lead and hands him her phone, asking him to answer a call. He hesitates but picks up. It's Chanbi. She asks if he's okay, and he wants to say so much but doesn't know where to begin. She's surprised to hear his voice. She thought it would be Rim's. He admits he was scared earlier that she would die in his arms. She suddenly realizes something. She didn't even know it was him she was with at the time. She apologizes and he says it's fine. Her brother enters, thinking it's Rim on the phone. He takes the call and tells the male lead that Chanbi has been diagnosed with a sickness. Chanbi quickly grabs the phone back and tells her brother that it's not Rim. Her brother says he knew. He tells her to eat well and asks if he should move in for a while. He also says her old phone is being fixed, and she asks why. He says she used it before the accident, and it might help her memory. He reminds her that he told her not to take the part-time job, but she says she needed the money. The next day, Chanbi shows up at school. She looks around. Some places feel unfamiliar. Maybe they've been renovated. 2 boys greet her. She replies politely. One of them is surprised and excited that a pretty girl responded to him. She finds their reaction strange. Yoonju walks up to her, asking if she's well enough to be in school. Chanbi says it wasn't that serious. Yoonju reminds her of a hangout happening later with some high school boys. She doesn't remember anything about it, so she says no. As she heads to class, she meets Sang-yu. He greets her and she responds but walks past. He confessed his feelings the day before, but she never gave him an answer. In class, there's so much she has to catch up on. She feels overwhelmed. She tries to remember what her plan was before the memory loss. Her goal was to remember a few key things, but now she sees that too much happened in that 1 year. Everything feels unfamiliar, and she's trying to learn all over again while dealing with new things. She starts to wonder if this is what her life will be like from now on. One of her classmates asks about her schedule. She says she wants to eat, since she barely ate yesterday. Outside, the male lead is with Dong-ok. He's annoyed that Son ditched them again. Dong-ok tries to calm him down, reminding him that Son always does this. As they're walking, they run into Chanbi. Dong-ok begs her to let them tag along since their other friend left them. She asks if they're going to the cafeteria. He says they want something special this time. The male lead thinks that sounds nice. They point at a shop and she remembers something. She asks to join them, holding out a coupon with their stamp, proof that she's been a regular customer there. She turns to the male lead and asks if he still likes a certain food. He's happy. She remembers. They all head there together. For the first time in a while, he feels things are going back to how they used to be. It doesn't matter what's ahead. Right now, everything feels bright and peaceful. They sit inside the eatery, flipping through the menu. The male lead wants to order everything. He's starving. Chanbi looks through the options but can't decide. He points to a dish she always picked before, but she hesitates. He tells her to get whatever she wants. She asks if it's spicy. He says it used to be, and that's how she liked it. She ends up picking something else. While they eat, she takes a photo of her food and posts it on Instagram. Dong-ok teases her, saying she should upload something more meaningful, not food. She doesn't listen. She explains that uploading photos helped her recovery, and she's scared of forgetting more things. The male lead quietly eats. Dong-ok doesn't agree with her. He thinks records should be the priority. The male lead suddenly asks her if she remembers everything she uploaded in the last year. She says she remembers a little. As she scrolls, Dong-ok sees a blurry picture and says he's in it. She's surprised because his face isn't clear. She swipes again and shows another picture to the male lead. She asks who he thinks it is. He doesn't answer. He swipes and sees another image. This time it's clear. It's him. But when she says the person in the photo is Sang-yu and that he told her it was taken during a field trip, the male lead is speechless. He knows it's him in that picture. He knows it was taken on that trip. Sang-yu wasn't even there beside her. So why lie? The male lead feels a wave of confusion. If Sang-yu lied, it means her feelings for him are based on that lie. Dong-ok breaks the silence, saying it's time to eat. Everyone smiles. The male lead smiles too, though his thoughts are racing. He remembers when their bond first started. After he completed 10 stamps on his coupon, he brought his friends to treat them, and Chanbi joined in. Their first connection was simple, liking the same food, and that tiny moment was what brought them close. Now he feels it's starting again. She catches him staring, and he asks if the food tastes okay. She says it tastes like every other food. He's disappointed but still grateful they shared a meal. That alone gives him hope. Outside, they all thank her for the food. Dong-ok offers to pay her back and asks for her account number, but he realizes he left his phone in the restroom and rushes off to get it. The male lead and Chanbi are left alone. She says he didn't eat much and asks if he's okay. He says he ate a lot, but she doesn't believe him. She points out that for someone who loves that dish, he barely touched it. He quickly changes the topic, asking if she'll visit this place more often like she used to. She says she doesn't know why she came so much in the past, but she'll probably return. She adds that she'll even try the food he once recommended. He's glad to hear that and asks for her account. She refuses, saying that meal was payback for what he did for her the day before. Just then, Sang-yu shows up and joins their conversation. She asks if he isn't supposed to be at after-school study, and he says no. The male lead is annoyed. Sang-yu always appears when he's finally alone with her. She walks away to talk privately with Sang-yu. She tells him their meeting this week won't work and suggests moving it to next week. Sang-yu looks disappointed. The male lead watches from a distance. He's crushed. They're planning to meet outside school. That could change everything. If they meet privately, it might really be the end. He can't accept that. After thinking for a while, he runs to the bus stop and finds Sang-yu standing there. He asks him about a picture from the field trip, the one Chanbi uploaded. The male lead says it was him in the photo, not Sang-yu. But Sang-yu insists he's the one. They go back and forth, no one is backing down. Sang-yu finally says the male lead must be mistaken. The male lead pauses. What if they were both sitting with her that day? That answer isn't what he expected. He wanted Sang-yu to confess to the lie so he could believe her feelings were for him, not someone else. But now everything is uncertain. A bus arrives, it's Sang-yu's ride. He tells the male lead they'll talk more next time. As the bus pulls away, Sang-yu sits down, quietly wondering what's going on. At the school cafeteria the next day, Hyerim brings up Sang-yu again, asking our girl when she plans to finally go out with him since he's always around her, and this could be a good time to make their relationship official. Our girl remembers when Sang-yu confessed his feelings again, calling it his second time. She looks lost in thought. Hyerim notices and asks what's wrong, but she says she's fine. She questions why Hyerim said Sang-yu is always around her, claiming they only bump into each other. Hyerim doesn't accept that and points out how they run into each other way too often. Our girl agrees, saying they've been meeting a lot recently. She then asks Hyerim why she wants them to be more than friends, calling Sang-yu the female version of herself and someone helping her regain memories. She also says Hyerim always overreacts when she gets close to any guy. Hyerim suddenly notices her holding a lipstick and is shocked that she still remembers how to use it. She begs her not to wear it, then grabs it and runs off. Confused, our girl chases after her. When she catches up, she takes the lipstick back. She says she never asked for permission, and Hyerim replies that she only uses makeup once a year, and the Chinese teacher always wipes it off. Our girl remembers the teacher complimenting her appearance after her return. Hyerim adds that she thought she had forgotten how to do makeup, and that it looks odd. She points at some boys staring at them weirdly before they walk away. Meanwhile, Kang Gyeonoh is deep in thought. He's still bothered by the talk he had with Sang-yu. He remembers how Chanbi used to approach him whenever he was alone. He loved those short moments and thought she came to him for a reason. He also remembers her saying she had something important to tell him, but now he doubts it was what he thought. He decides not to dwell on it anymore. As he walks, he sees Sang-yu. They greet and talk about yesterday. Sang-yu still insists that he was the one in the field trip photo and says maybe they both sat next to her, but he doesn't understand why she would upload the male lead instead of him. He talks with so much confidence that it's obvious. He then guesses that Kang Gyeonoh must like Chanbi too. The male lead's reaction confirms it. Sang-yu says he didn't know about the male lead's feelings when he told him about his own. He adds that he must have assumed Sang-yu lied about the photo, like being in it was some big deal. He then asks how far the male lead is willing to go to prove his point, because clearly she doesn't have feelings for either of them. He keeps saying things that hit Gyeonoh hard. The male lead finally responds saying he's only asking because he and Chanbi were getting close during that same period, and it confuses him. Sang-yu doesn't believe it and asks why he let himself believe that. The male lead says it's because of Sang-yu's claim that Chanbi liked him, and before her memory loss, she treated him differently. He just kept quiet because he had no proof. Sang-yu still doesn't agree and asks if he's saying she led them both on. The male lead says if they're both telling the truth, then that's the only explanation. Sang-yu warns him to be careful with that kind of accusation. Just then, a can drops, and they see Chanbi walking toward class. Sang-yu calls her over, and she joins them. She suggests they all walk to class together and talk about what to do during next week's outing. She hands Sang-yu a drink, and he notices she's wearing lipstick. She says she felt pale and wanted to try it. The male lead hopes she didn't hear their talk. She tells Sang-yu to finish his talk with Gyeonoh first, but Sang-yu says they're done, walking away with her. Before leaving, he tells the male lead to be sure before saying anything further. The male lead watches them go, feeling crushed. He regrets saying anything. He doesn't want to ruin friendships, so he decides to stop. He runs up to Sang-yu and says he isn't sure about what he said earlier. If everything was just in his head, then blaming someone else wouldn't be right. He walks away. Later in class, Chanbi asks Sang-yu if he had a fight with Kang Gyeonoh. He says no, and suggests they just focus on their outing. They start planning, talking about the places she booked. She complains one of the spots might have too many people, and they'll have to wait. Sang-yu shows her another option. As he does, he tries to hold her hand. She quickly pulls away. She agrees with the place. He smiles and asks if the gesture made her uncomfortable. He reminds her that she used to hold his hand before the memory loss. He says they weren't official but were close enough. Then he adds that she confessed her feelings to him too. She's shocked to hear that. Her confused look amuses him. He stares at her with a strange smile, thinking this is how things should have been from the beginning. If she had always treated him this way instead of choosing the male lead, he wouldn't have ended up feeling like he was being played. He tells himself that Kang Gyeonoh must have believed his story, so he'll just let go of her. Even if it's all based on a lie, it doesn't matter, as long as she stays by his side. It's break time in the computer room, and Sang-yu is glued to a movie on his friend's laptop. Time flies, and soon everyone heads back to class. As Sang-yu walks with Kang Gyeonoh and Dong-ok, Gyeonoh says the movie was boring, but Sang-yu disagrees. Gyeonoh teases him, saying he should keep acting friendly with Chanbi to avoid looking awkward. He even accuses Sang-yu of copying San, who's always nosy. Dong-ok shuts that down, saying Sang-yu's different and should just keep trying with Chanbi instead of staring at her all day. Sang-yu's confused. When did he stare? And why is this advice coming now, just when he's ready to give up on her? After school, Sang-yu's eager to get home but has a to-do list. First, he wants to walk home with Chanbi. He checks her classroom, but she's gone, unusual since she's usually the last to leave. Ever since he confessed she used to like him, it's been hard to catch her. Is she avoiding him or in denial? Strike one. His first plan fails. Next, he hops on a bus and calls her to check if she's home, but she doesn't pick up. Strike two. Another plan down. Did he push too hard by holding her hand? He tries calling again but stops himself, remembering she hates when someone calls too much. Finally, he listens to recordings he took of her the other day, but the best part got cut off. Disappointed, his to-do list ends in failure. The next day, Kang Gyeonoh's late again and gets scolded by a teacher. She mentions Chanbi's moved on from their group, leaving him alone, and disciplines him for not caring. In class, Sang-yu can't stop watching Chanbi. She's in his class, making it impossible to look away. Meanwhile, Chanbi's lost in thought about Sang-yu's confession. She can't believe she liked him before, and feels weird about holding hands without being official. She plans to tell him she couldn't think about it because she was visiting her mom. If her memory wasn't gone, maybe they'd be dating by now. But she's unsure if she likes him now or what those feelings even are. With no memory of dating anyone, she's stuck, while Sang-yu keeps staring from behind. Later, in the staff room, a teacher hands Sang-yu equipment to drop off in the music room. Nearby, he overhears another teacher comforting Chanbi about her memory loss, praising her for catching up fast and offering help. Sang-yu feels relieved she doesn't seem sick but sees how hard she's working. In the music room, he's alone when Chanbi walks in, not noticing him. She shuts the door and hits herself in frustration, clearly overwhelmed. Sang-yu realizes she's not okay like he thought. During break, his friends rush past for lunch, urging him to hurry. Hiram runs by too, saying Chanbi's skipping lunch to finish some work. Shocked, Sang-yu heads to the classroom and finds her alone. He hesitates at the door, wondering if he's really done chasing her. Why is he trying so hard? Pushing those thoughts aside, he steps inside, offers to help, and asks if she wants to eat. Meanwhile, Hiram's out there enjoying her lunch, carefree. In the classroom, Sang-yu asks Chanbi if she's eating. She's too busy with work and asks if he's eating. He mentions a stomachache, but when she suggests rest, he brushes it off as no big deal. After a quiet moment, he starts heading back to his seat. Chanbi, thinking he's bored, invites him to sit next to her but warns it won't be fun. He sits down, glances at her book, and is shocked at how far she's gotten. She says she's rushing to catch up. He encourages her, saying she's always been great at this. Chanbi sighs, frustrated about starting over with her memory loss. He offers her a sweet, which she takes with a smile. On his phone, Sang-yu overthinks. Sitting here might distract her and he regrets staying. Her chewing snaps him out of it and he asks if she's okay. She points to a tricky problem in her book, joking about ripping it out. He solves it for her and she's amazed, saying he's better than their math teacher and should teach. She asks if she can keep coming to him for help, and he happily agrees, pushing aside his doubts for now. Later, at a game center, Sang-yu's off alone, solving math problems for Chanbi. He picks an easier method to help her understand. His friends grumble that he's ditching them, but he says it's urgent. He's thrilled to help her, realizing why studying matters. Chanbi texts, asking for his old textbooks to practice. He's about to offer to bring them when she says she'll come to his house. She gives a time, but he calls to change it, saying something came up. The next day, around 1 p.m., Sang-yu's nervous but reminds himself it's just handing over books. The doorbell rings early. Chanbi's here. His house was easy to find, closer than she thought. He hands her the books, struggling to fit them in her packed bag. He brought extra ones, and as she flips through, she's surprised he's read so much. She thinks it's advanced, but he downplays it. They head to a nearby park to check the books better. She insists they're advanced and says she'll stop bugging him since he's busy too. He reassures her it's fine, reminding her how she helped him last summer with a math project when he almost failed. He's just returning the favor, especially with everything she's dealing with. Chanbi feels he's exaggerating to cheer her up but agrees to keep asking for help. She picks one textbook, thanks him, and leaves. Alone, Sang-yu reflects on how good it felt to help her and vows to study harder. On her way home, Chanbi tries calling Sang-yu, but he doesn't answer. She's confused. He called her twice earlier and always floods her phone on weekends. At a bus stop, she spots Gyeonoh, a familiar face, and calls out, excited to catch up. But Gyeonoh ignores her and walks away. Chanbi's stunned. Did the super nice girl just snub her? She wonders what's going on with her. Sang-yu steps out of a store, holding a gift bag for Chanbi. He knows she's busy studying, but hopes she'll have time for lunch and a walk. Checking her Instagram, he figures she's eating now and plans to call when he reaches her house. An hour later, he spots her in the park with Kang Gyeonoh, borrowing a book. He's confused. She said she'd be home studying. Wasn't he stepping back to avoid rumors and give up on her? Sang-yu approaches Gyeonoh, saying it was nice while it lasted. Shocked, Gyeonoh asks why he's there. Sang-yu says he was heading to school but saw them together. Gyeonoh explains it was just about books, but Sang-yu's upset, saying it's wrong for Chanbi, who's almost his girlfriend, to be alone with him on a weekend. Gyeonoh agrees it looks bad. Sang-yu admits he misread things before and backed off, but now he's mad they're in the same class, making it harder for him. He tells Gyeonoh to stay away, saying he's worked hard to win Chanbi and doesn't want him ruining it. Sang-yu walks off, thinking it's a miracle Chanbi even likes him, especially after her reaction to learning they liked each other before. He believes Gyeonoh needs to be out of the picture. Soon after, Sang-yu runs into Chanbi, acting surprised and saying he's heading to school. He offers to carry her bag, but she refuses, seeming off. He asks what's wrong, and she mentions running into Chang'a, who ignored her despite being friendly before. Sang-yu pretends to know Chang'a, offering to ask around, but Chanbi says she'll handle it. He tells her to stay calm and hands her the book, urging her to eat well to avoid getting sick. She thanks him, and he offers to walk her home, noticing she's acting strange. He wonders if Chang'a's snub upset her, racking his brain about where he's heard that name. At an eatery, Gyeonoh sits with a drink when Chang'a arrives with food, saying it's been a while since he visited. She mentions seeing Chanbi, who acted friendly despite their past issues. Gyeonoh explains Chanbi lost her memories from a work accident, forgetting the last year. Chang'a's shocked, realizing that's why Chanbi seemed out of character. She noticed a bandage on Chanbi's head and some weight loss. Gyeonoh suggests she apologize, but Chang'a refuses, saying she'll do it on her terms. She points out that with Chanbi's memory loss, Gyeonoh's practically a stranger to her, feeling bad that all her efforts were wasted. At home, Chanbi calls her friends, upset about Chang'a ignoring her. Hiram calls Chang'a rude, but Chanbi insists she's usually nice, sensing something's off. Hiram offers to investigate. They ask about Sang-yu, but Chanbi sees him only as a friend, despite their urging to date him to regain her old feelings. She's torn. She was embarrassed when Sang-yu revealed their mutual feelings, but his stories don't make her see him romantically. She doesn't want to jump into a relationship without feelings or ignore her past, but her headaches make it worse. Chanbi's stuck. She wants to tell Sang-yu she just wants to be friends, but his hopeful eyes make it tough. At school, she dodges his question about Chang'a, saying she'll talk to the girl herself. Words fail her, so she invites him to dinner to share her feelings. Sang-yu's thrilled, thinking she's about to confess her love. But trouble crashes in. Chanbi's brother storms the school gate, yelling about her unanswered calls. Embarrassed, she begs him to chill as classmates snicker, calling him a weirdo. He hands her a bag with her favorite snacks and, shockingly, her old phone, fixed today. Sang-yu's stunned. He thought that phone, full of memories he'd rather forget, was gone. Chanbi tries the pin, but it's wrong. Relieved, Sang-yu hides his smile. She can't access it yet. Her brother pulls her aside, warning he'll shut down her studio if she dates anyone. As he leaves, Sang-yu jokes about her brother hating him. Chanbi brushes it off, distracted by her phone. She heads to PE class, unaware of the storm brewing. Outside, Sang-yu waits with his buddy Dong-ok, baking in the sun. Snacks remind him of Chanbi, and he's annoyed at himself for thinking of her. Their hyper-friend San joins, bursting with gossip. Earlier, he bumped into Sang-yu, and their earpods got swapped. Listening to Sang-yu's pod, San heard Chanbi's voice, a recorded confession. He spills the tea. They record their talks and listen all day, Dong-ok's shocked they're not even official yet. Sang-yu, meanwhile, sneaks into Chanbi's empty classroom. He grabs her old phone from her bag, heart racing. To protect their future, he starts deleting call logs, photos, everything from last November onward. At the basketball court, Chanbi's friend Hiram teases that someone might be snooping through her phone. It's a free period. Should they sneak back? Oblivious, Chanbi agrees. Sang-yu, hidden in a corner, keeps wiping the phone, desperate to erase the past before she returns. Sang-yu's heart pounds as he deletes Chanbi's photos, wiping everything since last November. Screenshots, selfies, even pics of Kang Gyeonoh. Gone. He can't risk her seeing his past mistakes. But as he selects another album, Chanbi's voice freezes him. What are you doing? Moments earlier, Chanbi and Hiram plot to sneak out of PE. The teacher's distracted, so they slip away, dodging some boys who nearly blow their cover. In the hallway, a teacher spots them roaming and questions why they're not in class. They lie, saying their teacher sent them. Sang-yu, hiding nearby, curses his choice of spot. He should have picked the restroom, safer, quieter. Glancing at the phone, he sees tons of files left. His friends, the male lead and Dong-ok, spot him and ask what he's up to. He mumbles about the restroom, acting casual. The male lead squints, suspicious, but Sang-yu brushes it off and hurries away. Finally done, Sang-yu sprints to Chanbi's classroom to return the phone. If she says yes to him later, he's in the clear. But on the walkway, Chanbi appears, dripping wet from PE. She got the pin from her brother and asks why he's back early. Before he can answer, the male lead steps in, eyeing the phone in Sang-yu's hand. He wants to see it. Sang-yu stalls, heart racing. Chanbi's phone is all he's got. Chanbi notices it peeking from his pocket and yanks it out, demanding why he has it. Sang-yu lies, saying she left it with her cookies before PE. She frowns. She distinctly remembers putting it in her bag. The male lead points out the phone was unlocked when they saw Sang-yu earlier. Dong-ok chimes in, saying he was scrolling through pictures. Sang-yu's stomach drops. He admits he knew her pin from watching her and peeked at her photos out of curiosity. But, he adds, the gallery was empty. Chanbi checks. Her albums are gone. She's confused, disappointed. The male lead scoffs. He saw Sang-yu looking at pictures. Dong-ok wonders if it was another phone. Chanbi defends Sang-yu, saying there's nothing to see anyway, unless he deleted something he didn't want her to find. Sang-yu forces a smile, dodging the bullet. Chanbi warns him not to touch her stuff again, still upset about her missing photos. Scrolling, she mentions a hidden folder she couldn't bring herself to delete. Sang-yu's blood runs cold. She opens it. Messages from him, begging her out, and her brutal reply, she hates him. Her eyes widen, shocked at the truth staring back. Flashback. Sang-yu visits Kang Gyeonoh in the hospital, learning Chanbi's accident erased her memories of the past year. He's thrilled. She won't remember rejecting him or crushing on the male lead. If he plays it smart, he might win her back. Back in the present, Chanbi confronts Sang-yu with her phone, showing old messages where she rejected him coldly. She's furious he lied, claiming she never gave him an answer. Sang-yu freezes, sweating, as Xian asks the male lead if he knew about this. Sang-yu snaps, blaming the male lead for everything, even questioning his feelings for Chanbi. Tempers flare, nearly turning physical, until Hiram steps in to calm things down. Alone with Sang-yu, Chanbi scolds him for causing drama, lying about her memories, and wiping her phone to hide his tracks. He admits it, begging for forgiveness. He was crazy about her, but she hated him for one mistake. He changed for her, hoping she'd see the new him. Chanbi steps back, stunned. He wants her to live with fake memories just to control her. She demands the real reason she dumped him. His mind flashes to that night. He cornered her, bad-mouthing the male lead and pushing her to date him. She told him to stay away, that her feelings were none of his business. Now he downplays it, saying he just wanted her as his girlfriend. Chanbi walks away, ignoring his apologies. He shouts after her, admitting he was a mess when she rejected him, but she shuts him down. She never liked him, only felt guilty for something she didn't do. She's done with him for good. Downstairs, Chanbi, heartbroken, bumps into Hiram. Sobbing, she says Sang-yu tried to erase her memories again. Hiram comforts her, angry she didn't share his harassment sooner. Nearby, the male lead and his friends spy, furious at Sang-yu's actions. Later, after school, the male lead corners Sang-yu at the gate. Sang-yu brushes him off, but the male lead demands why he hurt Chanbi, knowing she's struggling. Sang-yu explodes. Her memory loss was his chance to win her, since she was always into the male lead. He tried to rewrite their past to keep her away from him. Bitter, he asks if the male lead's happy now, knowing the truth. In a game room, Chanbi and her friends unpack the Sang-yu drama. Hyerim feels guilty for pushing Chanbi toward him, wishing she'd known he was trouble. Chanbi shuts it down, urging them to play games and forget him. They dive into fun, leaving the mess behind. Meanwhile, Kang Gyeonoh corners Sang-yu, demanding why he hurt Chanbi after claiming to like her. Sang-yu admits he was obsessed, unable to handle her feelings for someone else. He walks off, but Kang Gyeonoh follows. Stunned, Sang-yu risked so much by deleting her phone's files. Sang-yu mocks him, calling him too nice, easy to fool. He thought he could trick Chanbi into thinking she led him on. At an eatery, Sang-yu grabs his order and tells Kang Gyeonoh to stop tailing him, but Kang Gyeonoh presses, saying what he did was cruel. Sang-yu snaps. Chanbi was his angel last November, saving him from heartbreak, but now she looks at him with cold eyes. If he hadn't played nice, he could have guilt-tripped her into anything. Furious, Kang Gyeonoh punches him, warning him not to trash-talk Chanbi. He hands back Sang-yu's snacks, apologizing for the hit. Sang-yu asks if he'll tell Chanbi they liked each other. Kang Gyeonoh says no, she wouldn't believe him now. Sang-yu admits she always defended Kang Gyeonoh, which drove him crazy with jealousy. Kang Gyeonoh, fed up, demands Sang-yu delete Chanbi's recorded conversations. Shocked he knows, Sang-yu blames Son and wipes the files to avoid another punch. At a convenience store, Kang Gyeonoh shops, reflecting on the truth he uncovered. He's glad he got nosy, confirming Chanbi's feelings for him. Chanbi appears, surprising him. She's in a good mood after hanging with friends to forget her worries. Grateful, she insists on paying for his stuff. He resists, but gives in. Outside, she asks how he knew it was her phone. He explains he overheard her in class and recognized the blue sticker from when she played with his nephew. Plus, Sang-yu was acting shady. Chanbi's thankful and offers to buy more, but he says she's done enough. Curious, she asks if they've met here before. He says yes, a few times. She doesn't remember but smiles, saying they can start meeting here now. Kang Gyeonoh's surprised but agrees, a spark of hope igniting. In his room, the male lead flips through photos of him and Chanbi, laughing together. It's 7 a.m. He's been up all night. His niece bursts in, shocked he's awake. He grins, saying school's waiting. At school, Dong-ok's stunned to see him so early. The male lead blames a sleepless night on his phone, not yesterday's drama. Son admits he couldn't sleep either, rattled by Sang-yu's mess, and wonders how Chanbi's holding up. He mentions Hyerim's healing post online. Chanbi walks up, surprised they're early. Dong-ok's just as shocked to see her. Later, the friends notice Chanbi's brighter mood, amazed she's bounced back so fast. The male lead's glad she's healing. Son wonders if she's the same Chanbi from before. Suddenly, Sang-yu passes by, his face swollen. They stare, curious. His mind flashes back. After deleting Chanbi's recordings, he apologized to Kang Gyeonoh, vowing to back off but asking for updates on her since she blocked him everywhere. He suggested they team up, both liking her. Back now, he walks away silently. Chanbi and Hyerim stroll outside, laughing. Chanbi's been memorizing names and events from her lost year, careful not to upset anyone by asking twice. Sorting out Sang-yu's lies yesterday was a huge relief. Chang'a texted, apologizing for not recognizing her that day. She wasn't wearing her lenses. Chanbi's thrilled there's no bad blood. Hyerim agrees it's legit. They spot friends on the field, grab water guns, and dive into the fun, leaving worries behind. By the school borehole, the male lead chats with Seon and Dong-ok. Chanbi bounds over, teasing what they're up to. Seon tells her to act normal, but she says she's just being nice. She fills her water gun and darts off to join friends. Dong-ok laughs, saying they know how to have fun. Son scoffs. Water guns are lame. Dumping buckets is better. Dong-ok nods. Son spots Sang-yu's swollen cheek and asks Chanbi if she slapped him. She snaps, refusing to hear his name, and splashes Son with water, telling him to chill. In a flash, she grabs the male lead's hand, pulling him toward the field. Dong-ok splashes them, and Chanbi giggles, warning him to watch out. Hand in hand, they run, her friends teasing where she's taking him. In a cupboard, the male lead dries his soaked clothes, spotting Chanbi's toy gun. He wants her to fall for him again but freezes. She's been through too much. Sang-yu called him lucky and he hates it, but he's been too passive. No more dull vibes or self-doubt. He'll stick by her, be supportive, and let things grow. It's easier said than done. And life's unpredictable. Will it be smooth or a total mess? Lost in thought, he walks down a hallway until Dong-ok stops him, asking straight up if he's into Chanbi. Dong-ok's question catches the male lead off guard. Does he like Chanbi? Stunned, he wonders how his friend noticed, especially right after he vowed to keep it quiet. He denies it, relieved no one else knows. Outside, Dong-ok regrets asking, feeling it's bad timing since the male lead's getting closer to Chanbi. The male lead brushes it off, smiling, but wonders how Dong-ok picked up on it. Suddenly, Dagun, Chanbi's friend, storms up, annoyed that Dong-ok botched her mission to ask if the male lead likes Chanbi. She says Sang-yu claimed he did, so a simple no isn't enough. The male lead insists it's not true, calling Sang-yu unreliable. Dagun presses, asking him directly. He denies it again. Just then, Chanbi appears, curious about their chat. Dagun says they're clearing up Sang-yu's weird claims about her and the male lead. Chanbi frowns, saying she's done hearing Sang-yu's name, and walks away. In a bold move, the male lead blurts out that he likes her, warning them to watch their words. Dong-ok's jaw drops. The three sit down, stunned, and ask when he realized his feelings. He admits it started in their second year of high school. Dong-ok's shocked he missed it, noting the male lead always stared at Chanbi and joined their group when she did. He thought it was just friendship. Dagun's impressed he hid it so well, unlike most girls who can't help showing their crushes. She teases Dong-ok for being clueless, saying he's as dense as Hiram. The male lead realizes his friends are more shocked they missed his feelings for Chanbi than the fact he likes her. They never suspected their feelings might be mutual. Dagun wonders how Sang-yu knew. The male lead admits Sang-yu sniffed it out when he meddled in Chanbi's life. Dagun says Sang-yu's sharp, and without him, they'd still be clueless. She asks if he'll confess to Chanbi, promising they'll keep quiet. She mentions telling Hiram about Sang-yu's claim, but Hiram brushed it off. Suddenly, Hiram appears, having overheard everything. She's stunned Sang-yu was right. She teases the male lead's awkwardness around Chanbi, saying he's lucky her memory loss hides his lack of moves. He begs them not to make a scene and keep it secret. Dagun agrees, but worries about Seon feeling left out. Dong-ok says to keep it between them for now. As they walk off, still reeling, Dong-ok offers to help him talk to Chanbi if he's nervous. In class, Chanbi sits alone, glued to her phone. The male lead approaches with a book, offering to review something she wanted. No response. She's asleep. He smiles. It's been ages since he saw her nap in school. Hiram offers to wake her, but he declines and walks away, feeling stuck. Flashback to last October. During math class, the male lead's exhausted from staying up late watching a game. Chanbi suggests a nap, saying he won't learn otherwise. He agrees, mentioning he's free next period, and dozes off. Chanbi stays, watching him closely instead of joining friends for a game. His snoring makes her giggle. She wonders what game kept him up. Baseball, maybe, since he talks about it so much. At a shop, the male lead hunts for a movie, but it's gone again. Lately, his favorite stuff keeps disappearing, and he wonders if Chanbi's drama started it all. Still, he's grateful she's here. Later, they're eating and watching a music video. Chanbi's shocked her favorite actor looks unreal now. She mentions their upcoming concert and asks the male lead what he thinks of the group. Hiram teases that he'd pick the tall one with long black hair and sharp eyes. He dodges, changing the topic. Hiram shoots him sneaky signals to talk to Chanbi about his feelings, but he ignores her, focusing on helping Chanbi with a math problem. Frustrated, Hiram wonders if he even likes her. Chanbi groans. The problem's too hard, and she'll never get it. She reminds them to grab movie tickets before the weekend sells out. Hiram tells her to focus on math. She'll handle the tickets. She asks if the male lead wants to join. He says he's already planning to see the movie. Hiram suggests he bring his friends, and Chanbi agrees. Hiram's thrilled. It's going to be a blast. The male lead tells Son about tomorrow's movie outing with Chanbi and Hiram. Son's out, saying he's busy, and warns not to ask Dong-ok. He'll just sleep through it. He teases why they can't all just go together. The male lead panics, handling Chanbi's tough enough, and Hiram's pushy matchmaking makes it worse. He's regretting the movie idea. He asks Sion if he's acting weird. Sion nods, saying everyone's noticed. He suggests hitting the basketball court to chill. Another friend barges in, asking if they're playing a new game. Sion's hooked, but gripes it's a money trap. The friend urges him to keep at it and leaves. Turning to the male lead, he asks if Dong-ok knows why Song-yu stopped showing up, assuming he and Chanbi were dating. The male lead stays quiet, focused on his game. The friend presses, but he says he's heard nothing and gets up to leave. Just then, Dong-ok walks in, asking where he's going. The male lead asks if he's free for the movie. Dong-ok says Hiram already invited him, but instead of agreeing, he points out the male lead's acting strange. The male lead watches a video to style his hair, but it looks messy. He washes it again, nervous about the movie outing with Chanbi. It's 1 p.m., he needs to be ready by 3. His phone rings, it's Chanbi. Shaking, he answers. She suggests they go to the theater together, telling him to meet her at the bus stop by 2. Surprised, he thought they had more time, but she's already leaving. He grabs a cap and bolts out, determined not to keep her waiting. She texts that she's at the bus stop. He sprints, annoyed at himself for being late. At the stop, he spots Chanbi, standing with a guy. His stomach drops. Who is that? If you're eager for the next chapter, drop a comment expressing your interest in a part 3. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Until next time, ciao.